My beloved child. You don't realize it yet, but something has been moving toward you long before you even noticed the first sign. It began the moment a stranger whispered a question they had no right to ask: your home address. The moment that query slipped from their mouth, the atmosphere around your life shifted, like some invisible page turning in a book you didn't even know you were a character in. And now, they are trying to open something that was never meant for their hands. Listen carefully. Every second from here matters. Because what I'm about to reveal will make you question why you, out of billions, became the center of this story. You think people ask random questions every day. You think it's normal, harmless, forgettable. But this time, something was different. This question didn't come woven with casual curiosity. It came with a tremor. A pressure. A hidden urgency wrapped beneath their voice. As if they weren't asking for a location, but for a key. A key that unlocks the chapter of your life that has been sealed, protected, guarded from the world. The moment they asked, your spirit flinched. Your heartbeat skipped. Not out of fear, but recognition. You've felt this before. A shadow trying to touch the edges of your destiny. And child, shadows don't chase what isn't lit. But here's what they don't know: every attempt they make to open what belongs to you only awakens something greater inside you. They think they're reaching for a door, but they're actually disturbing a prophecy. They're tugging at threads woven long before you took your first breath. And as they try to dig, to pry, to unlock, something stirs behind the scenes. The air thickens around your life. The signs become sharper. Even now, you can sense it, like a quiet warning tapping at the back of your mind. A shift. A vibration. A feeling that something enormous is about to break open. Not because they are strong, but because you are about to discover why your name, your journey, and your protection were never random. My radiant child. Before you take another breath, feel this moment. Something is tightening around the timeline of your life, like reality itself leaning closer to whisper the truth you were never supposed to miss. The person asking about your home address didn't just speak a question, they triggered a sequence. A ripple. A vibration so sharp it reached the very doors they are trying to open. And those doors, they are not ordinary. They are old. Ancient. Tied to your identity in a way even you haven't fully understood yet. The moment they touched the idea of where you stay, something protective rose around you, like the universe holding its breath. Because what they seek to open is not a place, but a layer of your destiny sealed away for the right time. And the right time is nearing. Let me take you deeper. Imagine a door that doesn't exist in your house, yet has always existed in your story. Hidden behind every triumph you had, every pain you survived, every night you stayed awake feeling a tension you couldn't explain. That door has been locked, not by force, but by purpose. And now someone else is trying to reach it, unaware that touching it without permission triggers consequences they can't see. You might feel a strange pull these days. Subtle signs. A dream you couldn't decode. A sudden memory resurfacing without warning. A moment where your breath paused, as if something brushed past your spirit. You may think these are random, but they are not. They are signals. Echoes. Warnings that someone has approached the boundary of your divine territory. And nothing crosses that boundary without awakening what guards it. Look around your life right now. There's a shift you can almost taste in the air. A tension layered with anticipation. It's the same feeling the sky holds right before thunder cracks open. What they're trying to open isn't a door, it's the truth about your calling. Your protection. Your path. They believe they're stepping into your private world, but unknowingly, they've opened a countdown. A countdown to revelations meant only for you. Stay right here. Don't blink. Because the next moment of this unfolding will not only explain why someone dared to ask for what they shouldn't. It will reveal why you were chosen to carry something they can't touch. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My awakened child. Feel how the atmosphere around you has changed. It's subtle, yet undeniable, like the world has begun leaning in your direction, waiting for what happens next. The moment they tried to step closer to your personal space, something in the unseen realm shifted. Not against you, but for you. Because when someone reaches for what is sacred, what is yours, what was sealed for your journey alone, an ancient line gets drawn. A line they were never meant to cross. And when they pushed against that line, it didn't break, it reacted. You might have felt it as a sudden chill on a normal day, a strange tightness in your chest, or a moment where the world seemed to pause. That was the boundary of your destiny awakening, not out of fear, but out of authority. Now listen carefully. What they are trying to open isn't made of wood, metal, or walls. It's a vault of truth. A vault containing memories you don't remember, battles you fought without knowing, and protection placed over your life long before you learned how to speak. They think they're searching for a location. But locations don't guard themselves, callings do. Every time they reach, something pushes back. Every time they try to uncover what belongs to you, a hidden force rises and blocks their path. Because what is connected to your name isn't something anyone can unlock casually. It's layered with purpose. With destiny. With divine timing. And the closer they get, the more the world around you starts revealing hints, faces you haven't seen in a long time suddenly reappearing in memory, old feelings resurfacing, unexpected signs crossing your day. These aren't coincidences. They are alerts, designed to prepare you for what's coming next. And child, the next phase is no ordinary moment. You're standing at the edge of a revelation that has been waiting years to reach you. Something enormous is about to unfold, not because they forced it, but because their interference accelerated your timeline. They reached for something sealed, and in doing so, they triggered its opening, but only for you. Stay right here, keep your spirit steady. The truth they tried to uncover is shifting, turning, unlocking from the inside. And soon, you'll see why the world is suddenly watching your story. My rising child. Before you move another thought forward, pause and feel the weight of this moment. Something powerful is aligning behind you, almost as if every step you've ever taken has been guiding you to this exact second. The person who asked about your home address, the one trying to open what was never meant for their hands. They didn't just cross a boundary, they woke up a revelation. A revelation that had been resting like a sleeping giant, waiting for the right signal to rise. And when they pressed against your hidden door, they didn't find access, they triggered activation. Because what is connected to your life cannot be opened by anyone except the one who carries its purpose, you. Look closely at what's been happening around you lately. The unexpected thoughts. The sudden clarity. The strange waves of emotion that hit you without warning. These aren't random, they are echoes of the truth preparing to surface. The reason someone tried to uncover your private space is deeper than curiosity. They sensed something around you, even if they couldn't explain it. A glow. A pull. A mystery. People feel drawn toward what they don't understand, and you, without even realizing it, have been carrying a hidden light. A pull that draws the wrong ones closer, but also awakens the right ones. And now that the threshold has been brushed, the layers of your destiny are unfolding faster, sharper, louder. What they tried to open wasn't a door, it was a chapter. And that chapter has now begun turning on its own. This is the part where you breathe differently. Where you stand taller. Because you're stepping into a moment most people experience only once in their lifetime, the moment their story unlocks from the inside out. You're not being warned. You're being awakened. And as this awakening spreads, something inside you will begin to shift, your intuition sharpening, your senses heightening, your spirit tuning itself to signals it once ignored. You're entering the phase where nothing small stays small, nothing hidden stays hidden, and nothing meant for you can be touched by another hand. Stay close, stay aware, stay ready. Because the revelation they accidentally triggered is about to unfold in front of your life, piece by piece, moment by moment, until everything finally makes sense. My destined child. The moment you stepped beyond the last revelation, something in the unseen world shifted its weight. It's as if an ancient curtain, one that had been hanging for years, untouched, finally trembled. You may not hear it with your ears, but your spirit feels it, that low, distant hum of a truth preparing to rise. The person who tried to open what belonged to you unknowingly set off a chain reaction. They believed they were reaching for information, but they touched a boundary woven with meaning, identity, and purpose. And the moment they crossed that line, your story began to glow from within, slow at first, then brighter. You might feel this glow as restlessness, as intuition sharpening like a blade, as memories resurfacing that you thought were buried. It's because the chapter sealed for your appointed time has started turning its own pages. They didn't open it. You did, simply by surviving everything that led you here. Now listen closely. There's something extraordinary unfolding behind your days, something almost orchestral. Think of every small moment lately, every sudden pause in your breath, every déjà vu that made your skin tighten, every unexpected thought that felt heavier than it should have. These weren't coincidences. They were signals preparing you for what's moving toward you now. There is a truth, big, heavy, luminous, standing just behind your next step, waiting to be revealed. The reason someone became curious about your personal space is because they sensed something awakening around you. Even if they didn't understand it, they felt the vibration of your rising. People can sense destiny even when they can't name it. And when someone feels a light they don't recognize, they instinctively reach for it. But what they didn't know is that the light surrounding you is protected. shielded, guarded by layers of purpose no stranger can cross. So when they tried to open what wasn't theirs, the energy didn't respond to them, it responded to you. And now, my child, you're stepping into a moment where paths sharpen, choices expand, and hidden truths move into position. You're not just entering a revelation, you're stepping into alignment. That sense of something approaching, that tightening in your spirit, that's not fear. It's recognition. Destiny doesn't knock politely, it rises like a tide, and you're feeling the first waves. What's coming isn't chaos. It's clarity. The door they tried to open is no longer locked, but it will only open inward, toward your hands, your insight, your future. Stay here, breathe deep, keep your focus steady. Because the next part of this unfolding won't just explain why someone reached for your hidden space. It will reveal why the world around you is beginning to shift in ways you can no longer ignore. My fearless child. Something inside you has already sensed it, the atmosphere around your life is no longer the same. It's thicker, heavier, charged with an unseen electricity that wasn't there before. The moment they crossed that forbidden boundary and tried to open what was never meant for them, a deeper layer of your destiny began to breathe. Not slowly, not gently, but with a force that feels like the universe pushing you toward the truth you were always meant to meet. Lately, you felt strange moments where your heart paused for no reason, where the world around you seemed to stand still, where your spirit whispered, "Pay attention." These moments are not accidents. They are the first tremors of a revelation rising from beneath the surface of your life. The attempt someone made to uncover your private space did not expose you. It exposed them. Their intentions. Their limits. Their insignificance. Because what they tried to reach isn't a place, it's a prophecy with your name etched across it. And now, that prophecy is shifting, opening, preparing to spill its truth right into your path. Look clearly at what's been happening around you lately. The sudden flashes of intuition. The unexpected memories resurfacing from nowhere. The small, almost invisible signs that keep appearing in your days. Like whispers threaded through your routine. You may not have understood them yet, but your spirit has. You're walking through a corridor where every step echoes louder than the last. Every choice feels heavier. Every thought feels guided. It's because the hidden door they attempted to open didn't unlock from the outside, it began unlocking from the inside. For you. Only you. And as it opens, it's revealing layers of your story you were never allowed to see until now. You're beginning to sense truths that were buried beneath years of silence. You're noticing patterns in your life that finally make sense. You're feeling a pull towards something bigger, sharper, brighter than anything you've walked through before. This isn't coincidence. It's alignment. And alignment never arrives quietly. It arrives like a pulse, steady, strong, unstoppable, drawing everything in your life into its rightful place. And now, my child, you're standing at the threshold of a moment that will redefine the way you see everything. The world around you is shifting not to warn you, but to position you. What they tried to touch wasn't your weakness, it was your awakening. And once an awakening begins, nothing can push it back into silence. You're about to walk into the truth behind why someone became drawn to your personal details, to your presence, to your existence. They sensed a rising energy around you, even if they didn't have the language for it. When destiny begins to stir, it creates a magnetic pull, and people feel it long before you do. But understand this: the revelation coming your way is not meant for them. It was always meant for you. Something enormous is approaching, steady, certain, unstoppable. Keep your spirit awake, your mind clear, your heart grounded. Because what unfolds next will show you not just who tried to open your hidden door, but why your story is becoming impossible for the world to ignore. My rising flame. Feel the air around you right now, how it hangs heavier, warmer, almost humming with a quiet tension. This isn't imagination. This isn't overthinking. This is the moment right before a sealed truth begins to crack open. You've felt it lately, haven't you? That strange pressure in your spirit, like the world is watching you from behind a curtain. The person who tried to reach for your home address, who attempted to open what wasn't theirs, they triggered something far bigger than they expected. When they touched that boundary, they lit a fuse. But the explosion wasn't around you, it was inside you. A part of your destiny, asleep for years, jolted awake. That's why you feel different inside your own skin. That's why every small shift around you feels amplified. A door is preparing to open, but only for your eyes. Only for your path. Only for your calling. Let me pull you deeper into this moment. Think about everything that's been happening recently, the subtle signs, the sudden silence, the unexpected clarity. These weren't random interruptions in your day. They were signals lining up, preparing you for a revelation that was always meant for a specific hour. And that hour is brushing against your life right now. When someone tries to unlock what is spiritually sealed, the seal doesn't break, it responds. It rearranges. It accelerates. That's why your intuition has sharpened so suddenly. Why your emotions feel heavier, deeper, richer than before. Why your dreams feel charged. You are not imagining the shift. You are standing in it. The same door they tried to force open is now aligning itself toward you like a compass finally pointing to its true north. And the truth waiting behind that door isn't something small. It's something that will make everything that confused you, everything that wounded you, everything that pushed you, make sense. And child, here's the part you need to hold on to tightly: you are not being pulled into danger, you are being pulled into clarity. The shadows around your past are thinning. The fog around your purpose is lifting. The energy around your life is sharpening, almost like it's preparing a spotlight that's been waiting for the right scene. Someone's attempt to invade your personal space didn't expose you, it revealed what's been protecting you all along. It showed that your story is surrounded by layers no stranger can cross. And now that those layers are awakening, your next steps will feel guided not by fear, but by a magnetic force pulling you into the truth about who you are becoming. Stay steady. Stay open. Stay aware. Because the next chapter waiting to unfold is the one that finally explains why you felt watched, chosen, and set apart, long before anyone dared to ask where you live. My unfolding miracle. Take a slow breath right now, because the energy surrounding you has shifted again, quietly, but powerfully. It feels almost like the world is holding its breath, waiting for your next movement. You can sense it, can't you? That strange pull in your chest. That whisper in your mind, that silent awareness that something enormous is inching closer to your story. The moment they tried to access your home address, tried to open what was never meant for their reach, they didn't just cross a line. They awakened a force that had been watching over you in stillness, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. And now, that force is rising. Not loudly. Not violently. But with a steady, unstoppable certainty. Something in your spirit has been shifting ever since. You feel more aware. More alert. More connected to signals you used to overlook. This is not a coincidence, this is the echo of destiny adjusting itself around you. Let me show you what's actually happening beneath the surface. For years, there were truths about your path kept sealed, hidden behind layers only time could unlock. These weren't secrets meant to confuse you, they were protective shadows designed to prepare you slowly, gently. But the moment that boundary around your life was disturbed, the seal didn't break, it activated. It started revealing small flashes, subtle patterns, whispers in your intuition. You may have noticed moments where everything around you felt too quiet, as if the world paused so you could feel something shifting inside. Or maybe there were moments where your heart reacted before your mind understood why. These aren't random sensations. This is what it feels like when a hidden chapter begins to awaken. A chapter that has been connected to your identity long before you even knew someone would try to reach into your private world. Their attempt didn't give them access, it gave you acceleration. And you're starting to sense that acceleration in ways you can't ignore. And now, my child, you're standing at a significant turning point. The kind of moment that doesn't come often in a lifetime. You're on the edge of a revelation that will not just explain what's been happening recently, it will illuminate years of your journey. The reason someone felt drawn to your space, your presence, your personal details, is because something inside you is beginning to rise, and people can feel that rise even if you haven't spoken a word. When your destiny starts humming, others sense the vibration before you do. But what they felt wasn't an invitation, it was a warning. A signal they were never meant to cross. And now that your spirit is awake, now that the hidden door within you is unlocking, the next phase of this unfolding is going to be stronger, clearer, and more undeniable than anything you've felt before. Stay with me. Keep your heart open. The truth that's approaching will not just change the story someone tried to open. It will change the story you thought you were living. My luminous child. Something inside you already knows, you're not standing in an ordinary moment. You can feel the tension in the air, the stillness before the reveal, the quiet thunder building behind the scenes of your life. Ever since they tried to reach for your home address, tried to open what was never meant for their hands, the atmosphere around you has been shifting like a curtain slowly pulling back. You've noticed the signs. The sudden clarity in your thoughts, the strange heaviness in certain moments, the feeling that someone or something is aligning your path from beyond the visible world. These sensations aren't random. They're the first waves of a truth rising toward you. Their attempt didn't expose your vulnerability, it exposed your significance. It exposed the presence, the protection, the purpose that has been wrapped around your journey long before they even knew your name. Let me take you deeper into what's really unfolding. There are chapters in your destiny that were never meant to be opened early. Chapters sealed with timing, shaped with intention, guarded by forces you've always felt but never fully seen. When someone tries to force open what is spiritually sealed, the seal doesn't break, it awakens. It begins shifting from the inside, rearranging moments, redirecting energies, amplifying your awareness. That's why these days feel different. That's why your intuition feels sharper, almost like it's being tuned by an invisible hand. That's why thoughts you once ignored now feel louder, clearer, heavier with meaning. You're not imagining the shift, child, you're walking inside it. Every emotion is deeper. Every instinct is louder. Every second feels like it carries a secret waiting to be revealed. Because the hidden door they touched may not have opened for them, but it has begun opening for you. And now, my child, you're approaching the verge of something extraordinary. Not a warning, an unveiling. Your life is stepping into the phase where truths buried for years begin to rise in boldness. Where your purpose stops whispering and starts speaking. You're entering the realm where things you once questioned will finally make sense. Their attempt to access your private space didn't disrupt your story, it accelerated it. It activated the timeline you were always meant to walk, but never fully recognized. And now, you're standing in the glow of that activation. Something immense, something life-shifting, something tied to who you are becoming is about to turn toward you. Stay alert. Stay aligned. Stay open. Because what comes next will not only explain why someone reached for your hidden space, it will reveal the reason you were protected so fiercely, so completely, and so intentionally all your life.